During Louis XIV's reign as the Sun King, France experienced one of its most glorious eras. His power and influence were renowned, not just across Europe. Many countries worldwide sought good relations with France. Embassies from far-flung places visited the Palace of Versailles. One day, ambassadors from Isin, a kingdom between modern Ghana and Ivory Coast, presented the Sun King with a Pygmy slave among other gifts. This is one version of how Nabo arrived at the Palace of Versailles. Another version claims the Duke of Beaufort bought him in Africa and gifted him to Louis XIV. Either way, Louis XIV wasn't sure what to do with this gift. So he decided to give him to his wife, Maria Theresa of Spain. As Philip IV's daughter, she knew the Spanish court's fondness for dwarfs and disabled people as entertainment. These individuals were known as pleasure people in the Spanish court. Though healthy, Nabo, a young pygmy, was gifted due to his uniqueness. He sparked curiosity. Small as a dwarf with dark skin. Louis XV and Maria Theresa's marriage was cold and distant. The king rarely visited the queen's chambers, solely to produce heirs. Maria Theresa was overjoyed when the king gifted her the pygmy. She felt noticed as he usually ignored her in favor of his mistresses. She had recently lost her month-old daughter, Anna Isabel. The queen, deeply religious, rarely engaged in Versailles court's social life. Her sect was her constant companion, but the dwarf's arrival brought joy to all. His main duty was cheering the queen, which he did easily, being cheerful and playful. After his arrival, joy filled the queen's chambers, for her and her ladies alike. The queen's depression improved. She often strolled Versailles gardens with Nabo and her ladies. The court noticed it became trendy as other ladies copied the queen, getting their own dwarfs. The queen and Nabo shared a genuine friendship. As foreigners, they often exchanged stories about their homelands. The queen adored that dwarf so much she had a small bed placed next to hers, so he'd always be by her side. All was well until the queen got pregnant. On November 16, 1664, she went into labor. As was custom in the French court, the birth of an heir was a public event, so doctors, nurses, ladies, the royal family, court nobles, and anyone else who wanted to witness this grand occasion were present. Maria Theresa finally gave birth to a girl, but everyone was shocked to see the newborn had dark skin and Moorish features. Anne-Marie d'Orléans, Duchess of Montpensier, wrote this in her memoirs. The king's brother told me how difficult the queen's delivery was, how his first chaplain fainted from distress, and how the prince and others laughed at the queen's face when she saw that her daughter resembled the little Moor that the Lord had, Buffo, a handsome man always seen with the queen, had brought it. Faced with such a surprise, explanations of all kinds emerged. One was that during pregnancy, she'd eaten many black olives from Spain. Another was that the girl took after the Medici family with their darker skin. Science today would say the child was born with cyanosis, darkening the skin. The king, doctors, and clergy met to decide what to do. Nabo vanished mysteriously. No one knows for certain what happened to him. Some say he was sent to another court. Another version claims he was given to a troupe of traveling artists. It was also rumored he was killed for impregnating the queen. There were even rumors that Nabo was the mysterious man in the iron mask imprisoned in the Bastille. 48 days after the birth of a girl named Maria Anna, it was announced that she had died. This event sparked one of the most scandalous rumors at the Versailles court at the time, as everyone preferred to believe the queen had been overly intimate with her dear Nabo. Some historians doubt this, as the queen was deeply religious and would never betray the king in such a way. After her daughter's death and her friend's disappearance, she fell into deep sorrow until her death in July 1683. As if the queen's alleged betrayal of the Sun King with a Pygmy slave wasn't enough, a new fact emerged to support this theory. This 1695 painting, now in the Saint Genevieve Library in Paris's Latin Quarter, raised many suspicions. This is Sister Louis Maria Theresa, who arrived at the Benedictine Moray convent as a baby in 1664. Could she be the queen and the dwarf's daughter? The frequent royal visits to the convent, including Maria Theresa herself, and 2 letters where King Louis XIV grants a £250 pension to the convent and a £300 pension to the nun herself, only fueled the suspicions. Perhaps Maria Anna was Louis XIV's daughter, and the Moray convent nun had nothing to do with this story. What's certain is that these events fed the gossip of Versailles' frivolous and idle court for quite some time.